guys, welcome back. Today is day 40 in the book What If God Wrote Your Bucket List by Jay Payleitner. The title of today's chapter is Be a Friend.
So if you guys haven't been with us for one of our What If Wednesdays, we read a chapter out of this book every week. And what it is the author's idea of what God would put on your bucket list if he was writing it for you. So we're going to read through the chapter. It's just a couple pages, and then we'll talk about it at the end. How many friends do you have? True friends. I dare say that most people have had fewer than a dozen authentic friends over the course of their lifetime, perhaps even less than 5. To make my point, my intention was to begin this chapter by recounting the first names of the small number of individuals whom I consider to have been true friends over the years. Then, on second thought, I realized doing such a thing would publicly might require just a bit too much soul searching. May I simply say, ladies and gentlemen, you know who you are. Actually, the Bible suggests that limiting the number of friends you have might be a good thing, and that true friends are a blessing. A man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, and that's Proverbs 18:24. So, can you name your friends who are closer than a sibling? A working definition of friendship might be in order, but let's move beyond the dictionary.
If your only friend is your sibling.
Yeah, what if all you got is sibling friends? A quote from William Penn in 1644 to 1718 says, "A true friend unbosoms freely, advises justly, assists readily, adventures boldly, takes all patiently, defends courageously, and continues a friend unchangeably." And then another quote by William Durant in 1885 to 1991. Are these book quotes?
1981.
Are these book quotes? Because why would a quote have like a date?
Maybe that's their date of death, birth and death.
No. That means he would have lived to be 94? Maybe. Anyways, we don't know where these come from, but William Durant says, "Friends are helpful not only because they will listen to us, but because they will laugh at us. Through them, we learn a little objectivity, a little modesty, a little courtesy. We learn the rules of life and become better players of the game." And then a quote from Cicero says, "To give and receive advice, the former with freedom and yet without bitterness, the latter with patience and without irritation, is particularly appropriate to genuine friendship."
True friendship is rare because it requires more than time and proximity. It takes more than just hanging out. According to Penn, Durant, and Cicero, friendship requires trust, honesty, and vulnerability. In the Old Testament, we find those traits in the famous friendship between David and Jonathan. Saul passed over his own son, Jonathan, and named David to be the next king. Still, that didn't place a wedge of envy or entitlement between them. Both men responded with humility and integrity. The book of Ruth recalls the friendship that grew between a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, Naomi and Ruth. Together they suffered loss and traveled cross-country as widows. The two women stayed committed to each other and exchanged advice. The Old Testament book ends with a genealogy showing that Ruth became the great-grandmother of David. Then there are friendships that didn't work out quite so well. In the book of Job, when Satan is allowed to destroy Job's family, fortune, and health, the frustrated man is visited by 3 so-called friends. Their original intentions may have been compassionate, but the men demonstrated very little wisdom, loyalty, or empathy for Job, admonishing him with all the wrong explanations for his suffering. Those 3 men weren't friends at all. The very first verse in the book of Psalms warns about being friends with anyone who ridicules or turns their back on God. "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers." Friendship, even when it's difficult, has long-term rewards and is well worth including on your bucket list. Friends trust each other enough to share and receive wisdom, advice, and correction with respect and humor. Friends share your joy and lighten your burdens. Friendship opens the door to mutual accountability. The iron sharpening iron. Just as one friend can honestly say, "Watch your tongue," the other should be enabled to say, "Watch your temper." Spoken in private, intimate words of gentle correction, appraisal, and admonition are received well. That's how friendship works.
And then he's got checking the list on the bottom, and it says, in addition to trust, honesty, and vulnerability, Jesus helped define friendship through the ideals of love and sacrifice. Greater love has no one than this, that one lay down his life for his friends. And that's in John 15:13. He is the living example of such love, and that truth still applies to his followers today. And then a little check mark that says, be worthy of friendship. So we are to be trying to have the qualities of a good friend, which he lists in here to be trust, honesty, and vulnerability. And that's an important part of living and showing other people God's love through the way that you love them.
So that is all for this week's What If Wednesday. We hope you guys got something out of it. And be sure to come back next Wednesday for day 41, and it is Be Ready to Die.
If you guys just like hanging out with us, we also post videos on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays we post Bible studies, and on Fridays we just post some kind of fun video, something that we're interested in, faith, fashion, makeup, something of that sort. So if you want, you can like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified of when we upload, you can hit the little bell and it will do that for you.
And since we're getting close to the end of this book, if you guys have any ideas for the Wednesday videos, put them in the comments.
Yep. We hope you guys have a good day, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.